we had a rule when I was a kid, Joe. We'd be driving down the road, and my dad would say, "What are you thinking?" You're like, "You're quiet over there. What are you thinking?" One thing I was not allowed to say was nothing. He'd say, "God, full of shit. What do you think?" I mean, got a bargain. What are you thinking? I'm saying, well, it's all grass, but under the telephone pole, there's no grass. And then we would spend the next goddamn hour talking about why there's no grass under the telephone pole. And
why is there no grass under the telephone pole?
Fire, the ability to get to the poles. They have to be able to drive to them. So you look at it, because like you go into the wine country, you look at all these mountains that have all these telephone poles going. If you find roads on top of mountains and so forth, it's usually fire break or access to the telephone poles. But we would do this critical thinking thing, and it was so funny. My nephew, my sister was dying of cancer, and I took him away for the day, and we were driving around in a Corvette, and we're at the stoplight, manual Corvette, and I'm sitting there talking to him. Jules is about 9, and he says, Uncle Wade, he says, I really like talking to you. He says, you're fun to talk to. He says, it's a little bit different than talking to Jamps. Jamps was my dad. He says, I said, what do you mean, Jules? And he says, well, sometimes when I ask Jamps, like, what time is it? I just want to know what time it is. I don't want to know how the clock is made. I slipped the clutch, man. The car burned out. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I don't want to know how the clock is, because that was my dad.